Hello everyone, welcome to another episode. Glad that you're here. I hope you're having a great day. So the first route that I'll be climbing on is this yellow V2 V3. Just some really fun movement, got some great druggy holds, and you do get a heel hook set in the beginning, which I think felt pretty cool. So most of the climbs today are going to be on this section of the wall, also off to the left. All of that has an overhang to it, so it's going to be some pretty powerful routes, which I always really enjoy. So had that B-roll in the beginning. Let me know what you think about that. I'm trying to get that classic montage intro, so you'll be seeing more of that, maybe a few different montages, but give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. Had some fun filming and also editing that. So, hey, I want to give a big shout out to Annalisa here, who has been really awesome about getting the first comment. I think it's a really cool thing. I've seen that on Eric Carlson Bouldering and some other channels. So I really appreciate that. It's really fun. Here she missed the first comment, but still here to support, which is awesome. So thank you for the support. Glad that you're stoked the videos come out too. Really appreciate the support. So here, just locking in a heel hook, flagging out that foot and getting a great stretch in. It's always really fun to do. And next is going to be this V4, V5 with these green holds here. Love the aesthetic of the pinches on the features. Just looks super cool. And had some really fun movement on this. So the beginning, kind of switching your weight around and just getting kind of queued up to go into a bigger move, which is going to bring you to the long pinch on the volume there. Once again, this is a really cool aesthetic. And for those last three holds, I had seen some people bump their right hand up. I went for this kind of crossing, very flowy feeling motion before going up to the top. Pretty awesome route. Once again, super cool aesthetic. So my man Alex Irving was been climbing for about 4 months and was wondering how I felt that Terra Firma's grades were relative to outside grades, how they compared, and was I prepared when I first went outdoor climbing? When I first went outdoor climbing, I felt like I wasn't really prepared. I didn't really know what to expect. I definitely loved it. It really helped me fall in love with climbing too. I went down to the Red River Gorge and did some sport lead climbing in Kentucky. Really amazing area. Lots of really awesome sport climbing in there. It's definitely where I've done the majority of my outdoor climbing, but in the last few years I've definitely been a lot more bouldering, which I definitely love. Bouldering is my absolute favorite, even though lead climbing is really amazing. So Alex is also wondering if there's any different training that you do for outdoor climbing. Definitely. I try and go through like a training cycle, and you can't, be pushing yourself. For example, if you are doing weighted hangboarding, weighted dead hangs, and you keep increasing the weight, you can only do that for so long before your body needs to kind of rest. So it's best to do it in 3-month cycles. So typically what I'll do is I'll definitely be climbing and doing some training all year, but I'll really focus my training before I go outside. Now, in terms of how Terra Firma's grades feel outdoor, they're definitely going to feel a lot softer than compared to outdoor climbing. I think the majority of gyms are going to feel quite a bit easier than outdoor climbing for a few reasons. One, I think that outdoor grades are just generally a bit stouter. Two, if you don't climb outside much, it is a bit different. You don't know what every single hold is going to feel like, versus in a gym, you get used to each hold. You also get used to the setting style of the setters, etc. Of course, climbing grades are always subjective, and there's always going to be a lot of variation based on your style, etc. But in general, outdoor grades feel quite a bit harder. Now, if you climb outdoors quite a lot more, the reverse could even become true, where you're not as good in the gym, but you're a lot better outdoors. Specifically, I think that fingers are more important outside, and you use a lot of core because you don't always get these great foot chips. You oftentimes, are kind of smearing. So definitely feels a bit different, but really amazing stuff. Anyhow, jump into this blue V6, V7. So this is a really fun climb. This is one of the routes I really worked before the video too. I actually was unable to send this route before the video. It was a bit of a long route, and you really get tired, and there's a very definite crux at the top. So here, just getting a lot of heel hooks and making your way up the prow. Some really fun movement. You get a bit of a dead point here where I go up left next. Looks controlled there. I'm glad it felt controlled. Sometimes it didn't. And this was definitely crux. Hitting that left hand, that hold is very slopey, and oftentimes I lacked the power to then go up to the finish. So really happy I got it first try here today. That felt awesome. That's how I knew I was having a good climbing day too. Getting the sun down that. I almost thought it was harder than this next climb, the V8, which stylistically is a little more up my alley. But the Green Slipper V8, awesome route. Just those slopey, pinchy holds all the way up the prow there. So it begins low. a cool kind of drop knee feeling start. And right away, you just go right hand up on the side of the prow there and start working your way up. Getting a hand heel match here, going up right. That sloper, not as good as I thought it was going to be, but definitely can use it. Once again, getting a hand heel match here. I do love that type of movement. And this was a bit of a big move here. So I just throw dynamically, do cut feet, and come off. So getting a brush here. The way I have been climbing the routes in the gym is they reset them pretty quickly, but they're up for about a month max. And I've been behind the gym schedule, I guess you could say. Just busy with a lot of other things in training, so I haven't been doing quite as much filming. So these routes I'm climbing on, usually you've seen a lot of action. So hopefully I can get caught up and get right on them when they're freshly set. And that'll actually make it a bit easier to send, just all the holds won't be as greasy. Whenever I'm brushing, if you're kind of wondering what I'm doing, it's usually to take chalk and grease off. So anyhow, getting this numero dos try here. Just getting that hand heel match locked in. I do love the feeling of having your body kind of stretched out, but really compressing and keeping tight, especially with the heel. Pretty awesome. Feels a bit like roof. So there, really control that catch and swing. Get a pretty awesome feeling meat hook on that big sloper. And I'm able to keep the meat hook, but I saw quite a few climbers that went out dynamically and had to switch the hand as they were kind of flying out left. Super cool. But anyhow, just getting the top there. Really happy about that. It's pretty awesome. So Mark Espinoza, well, first off, thanks. Glad you thought it was a sweet vid. It's talking about the undercling V8 a few videos back. So there was a hand reversal undercling for it, which was super unique. I'm glad you thought it looked strong. Thank you. I was definitely working hard on that. Mark was wondering if I do any explosive training. I do quite a lot of explosive training. I love just explosive movement in climbing. That's why I love bouldering. I love, just dynos and big explosive moves. And I definitely try to implement that into my climbing. I think campus is a great explosive workout. You can definitely do it static and still get a phenomenal workout, but it's really great to train your body to kind of explode. And it does work on fast twitch muscle fibers, so you can actually hone those in as well. So you can do things like burpees, you can do things like explosive pull-ups, campus, muscle-ups. Just jumping around the wall is a great way to get some explosive training in. So I definitely do loads of that. But anyhow, this V6, V7, this particular move is a bit tricky. I was unable to get it the first time because I was almost a bit surprised. I didn't expect that move to feel so hard. It was very fingery. Second time, I really just kind of locked down the crimp, got my weight a little bit lower, and managed to get the send there. So pretty stoked about that. No, I was talking about a comment earlier, but the black route to the right there is kind of funny because my beta totally changed as well, where I went out right first, then realized I was supposed to go left. So sometimes you can see a pretty big shift in beta. It's pretty hilarious. But anyhow, just the last route of the video here, pink V4, V5. It's a fun climb, bit crimpy here and technical. Nothing like just flowing through a route, always feels really good. And here, hitting a pretty sweet undercling, getting that high foot. And working up towards the top there. Getting that send. Another great climbing session. Also, you might have noticed that I have a new tattoo. Now, in this video, I'm actually in between sessions as I am in the B-roll as well. It's actually not quite finished, but just some tribal. Super excited about that. But that's going to bring this to a wrap. So thanks for watching. Much love. Peace.